Okay, after recording the video that we just did that talked about the output and how to upload it, I decided to, after talking to students in the classroom, show you how to simply add custom fonts to your page, because if you really want to use this, you might want to add some nice fonts to it, because these fonts by definition here are just standard browser fonts. Here's what I mean. On this style sheet, if you look where they specified like a Verdana, that's a standard font. Looks fine, but you can make it look even better. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that really simply. So you can do this step. I would like you at least have one custom font in your output, okay, that you've used. So you go to google.com/fonts, okay, and then you look through the list, right? So let's look through the list. Let's look through the list and find one. Now some of these may throw some of the output a little off, but it shouldn't make it a big deal. So I'm going to go through and find one that I think would look really nice and crisp. There's one. So you have three options here, down on here in the bottom, three icons, and the one in the middle, which is really the quick use, is the one we want to take advantage of. So this shows me how different options in this particular font that I could use it, and then I'm going to scroll down, and it also shows me how much of a page load, which in our case is not a big issue, but if you're doing a big site that would be a concern. And then I'm going to scroll down to how do I use it. So first I find the font, and then there's only really two steps that I have to do. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to copy this line, the standard line. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go to my index.html, and after my style sheet I'm going to paste that in. Okay, so now I've changed my index, so I had to hit save here on my index file, but now I have to tell it where I want to use that. So I'm going to show you this as well. Below it shows you if you want to integrate this, then you just have to include this anywhere you'd want to use that font. So let's go back to my index. Okay, so sorry, my style sheet. So let's say I was going to use this maybe here, right? So what is the font here? And again, that inspect element's really handy, and we would maybe pull this up to try to figure out, so these are H4s, and see how this is the standard font. Again, I could change it here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to H4, and I'm going to say, oh, instead of that, I'm going to copy and paste that font. So I'm going to save it, come over to here, drop this, and now if I've done everything right, wow, I get a really nice effect with all of the headings. Now I could also do this for the whole, all fonts on here, and one quick way I could do that is go up to my div, which applies to all these are all, this is a div, 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 and div. So if I do this, if I applied it there, I'm going to hit save, come back over here and refresh, then that applies to all the fonts, at least where it looks like you can see there's still some fonts that doesn't. So you might want to say, well, why did these fonts like this one not get that applied? And what you would see is on theirs they have the Verdana. So you could either do this one of two ways. You could go to the name on here, and you could either just remove it, like if I wanted to use my nice new font, I could just remove that font family, save, I'm going to hit cancel, I'm going to drop this, and then I get that nice font. So if you wanted to use it this way, if you wanted to use it in a particular heading, you could do that. So I thought that was really fun because I talked to the students in the classroom, and just adding some custom fonts can quickly take this to the next level without a huge amount of effort. So in the writing I will say watch this one before you upload it, but if you happen to already upload it to Google Drive, okay, and this is good to know, all you'd have to do is take the files, and let's actually do that so in case somebody just happened to be watching. So here's the home directory that I had you upload before into Drive. So all you have to do is take these two files and only place them, or in fact let me just do this, drive.google.com, because this is what we did before, but now that we've done all the setup work, okay, then I could just drag these files or just do an upload real quick. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of try to get these on the screen together so you could see it, and I could grab these two files, and I think if I just place them, yep, right there, right? And it's just gonna, oh, now that's actually not a great idea. I just realized because it actually, because of Google Docs, very good. So what you'd want to do is delete these first. I'm glad I did that, right? So what you'd want to do is actually do this. Just delete these first, remove them, right? And then grab those files and do that with, because, and actually this is good to know too, is that unlike your local system, Google Docs, it's hard to get everything on there. Let's see if it got them. 2 files upload. Let me just do it here. Google Docs, unlike other local systems, will, even if you have the same name, it will actually, because it has a unique ID for them, you can have the same document up there twice. So, FYI. So let me just show you the final step again here. Doesn't hurt to show anything twice if you remember right from before. Here was the URL that I shortened at the end of the last one, right? So this hasn't changed. So I'm going to copy that. And we should see those new fonts. Oh, we do. So this is the hosted URL. Okay, hope you have fun with this one.